Hello and welcome to the Banterbilt show. I figured I start with a little sound from the off and then just turn it on. I hope you have made it all right to the stream, and I'm going to switch to the board view immediately, not wasting any time. Let's play some games. Now, I've got a couple of challenges. I'm just going to kick off the first game immediately and then see who is in the chat. Does that all look fine? I had a problem with the software recently, but I think all looks fine. So how you're all doing? Looking forward to the holidays, I guess. Most of you probably don't have to work or be active for Christmas with your job. I probably also won't have to do all that much, but maybe I'll do some videos for my YouTube channel. This is very much possible, but nothing too serious to do. Okay, in this game I'm playing VPG Manitoba. It's probably the right way to do that, to pronounce that. And we've got a King's Indian with G3. Okay, so why does that work? It shouldn't work. Yeah. Just gave me a pawn. The move knight G4, however, is still interesting, and I always forget what I have to do against it. Okay. Yeah, knight c4, I guess, is pretty strong already. Where is the queen going? And I've got knight d6 coming as well. Yeah, before I'm continuing, I need to get some tea. What about queen d6? Maybe that's not the best move, but a move that I can make while taking care of the tea. So, okay, that would have been a good pre-move to enter, right? So, got the queens off, and I'm ready to snatch on c8. Give me the bishop pair. The only thing I wonder is if I should do this here or play differently. There are a couple of interesting options, but simply grabbing the bishop is completely fine. Now, what is black up to? Knight c5 maybe? Yeah, this is something that I should take into account. Knight d2, I guess, yeah. And then if he goes knight c5, maybe knight f1, just stay safe. I can also go to c4, nothing wrong about that. We'll see. Okay, this one. Yeah, I guess knight c4. There's no reason to put it backwards. Knight a5 can also be quite good. And here, this is already a case for knight a5. I'm pressurizing the c6 pawn. This is not really comfortable. Oh. Didn't think about this one. Okay. This is a bit passive, but yeah. Knight g4, yeah, this was to be expected. Yeah, I think I'm just taking. And now, yeah, bishop h3 is a move. Well, There should be a bit of a problem for him. Yeah, this now I can take f5. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Knight f2, there is f6 that wins the rook. And now I could simply take this on g4, just for a simple solution, and then rook e4, for example, attacking the pawn. Yeah, that is not bad. I still wonder if I have something better. I don't really see an issue with oh no, f3 takes on h2. Let's not go there. Okay, come on, I'm just taking this. I'm not really confident that this is the best move, but I just wanted a solution here. I'm a little bit behind on the clock, and a somewhat quickly played move is welcome. That was the idea, attacking the rook so that it has to, I think, retreat, and then going to put my knight on the very attractive looking c5 square. Yeah, it looks good. So what about you guys in the chat? Are you stressed out by Christmas somehow? Getting presents, things like that. It can sometimes be quite a bit of a hassle. Okay, now how do we win this now? Knight e4. Yeah, there are quite a number of options. This one, not quite sure what's best. Maybe knight h7 is actually quite reasonable. Yeah, it's got knight g5. Huh, it's a bit of a pain. Yeah, I could have done a better job here for sure. There's a question. Anybody thinks that MVL deserved the wild card as a Christmas present? Not really. I mean, it's completely clear that the wild card is given out by the organizers, and I think it's perfectly clear that it should go to a Russian player. So really not much to complain about. MVL had tons of chances to qualify. There are so many ways to potentially do it, and he simply didn't manage. And if you never manage, even though you have tons of chances, that at some point it's not luck, it's lack of ability somehow. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he's a bad player, but it's just like if you simply don't manage, there is some reason why this is the case. I completely made a mistake there. It's still winning. Oh, and even resigns. I think I would have made it. Yeah, 3-4 seconds. I should be able to do it. Okay, so who else is on? Schweizerdeutsch 1. Okay. Yeah, of course it's a bit unlucky if you are failing so closely in many cases. Yeah, with yeah, in the Grand Prix it was close, and the there was some other event where it was very close for MVL. But yeah, I mean, this is a very, very transparent process, and if you don't manage any of those qualification options, it's just what it is. And it's not just luck or anything. I mean, let's just say that for some reason, I mean, I don't think this is something that should be done, but let's say Magnus would need to qualify for the candidates. He would do that. I mean, and not just by rating. Yeah, obviously he would by rating, but he would just get a spot via one of those plenty possible opportunities, like the World Cup or whatever. There are so many. Interesting way to play here by Schweizerdeutsch. Not really aware of this kind of line, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know why there is a discussion about the wildcard on chess side. It makes no sense. It is completely clear that they give it to a Russian. And this is also completely fine. I mean, this is how sponsorship also works. Yeah, you're not going to put in lots of money and then you give a spot that you have to somebody you have no relation to whatsoever. That's not going to, it just doesn't happen because it makes no sense. Okay, an interesting idea. I have an idea. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. Probably not. Yeah, just go to b6 here. No shelling, I don't think so. I usually don't play any tournaments. I mean, I don't play tournaments like here over Christmas or right at this time. I'm probably off visiting tournaments. Many friends play, and it's something that I probably will do. Okay, yeah. Keeping the A pawn for the moment. I can still, yeah, push these pawns here. Yeah, white is not getting anywhere. What I actually think that what is a good thing that they did is that they now only give the spots, the wildcard, to people who actually were somewhat successful in the actual cycle. I think this is makes a lot of sense, so that they cannot give it to, let's say, a random player, but it makes much more sense that they give it now to, what is the name, Alexeyenko? Then let's say they give it to Karjakin, who did nothing. I mean, he just completely failed in every regard in the qualification, and it would make absolutely no sense. And they would probably love to give it to him as a Putin puppet, but they have to give it to the other guy because he actually, yeah, did something good in the actual qualification. Yeah, I only late saw that my time is so low and this could be a bit of a problem. I'm completely winning, but I got no time. Yeah, I need some rook f5, h5 mate. He's got a check, but I can escape to g6. will probably give the check, I think. And now rook h5 mate is impossible to stop, I think. Yeah, that's a pre-move now. Yeah, thanks to the game Schweizerdeutsch. That was a tense game, actually. Now, who do we have? Tari 007. Let's play. Let's go d4. Yeah, I'm playing my keep it simple 1d4 stuff. Yeah, speaking of which, this is an opening course that I released this year on Chessable and now has become a print book. And if you are interested in getting the print book, I'm giving away copies as a Christmas giveaway. You just should go on my YouTube channel and see the details. Then you just need to enter your email address on a page, and then you might win. You might win a copy of my book. You can also get the E4 book, also possible. And keep it simple 1d4 course is also on sale again for Christmas on Chessable. So if you want to get this in a digital form, it's a good time to do that. All right, so let's take here. And Fight Like Magnus, by the way, is also out for a Christmas sale. So if you missed that one, a good time to get it. Yeah, so this is a pretty good position here, I think. I'm not quite sure where Black's king is ever going to find a safe place. Maybe he's castle and queenside in this position. It looks slightly insane, but maybe still a possibility. No, he's going back. I can go e4 if I want. I think that is a reasonable choice. He cannot take it because f7 is then hanging with yeah, more than, oh, ouch. One of those moments. Now what? The check shouldn't be bad. Isn't that mate? That is a funny mate, right? Nice checkmate. Please take it. Come on. Spoil sport. So yeah, this is the mate. It's interesting, yeah. It's there's 3 pieces here. It's and this is pinned. It's a pretty nice one. Maybe this has a name somehow, but I'm not aware of it. Thanks for the game, Tari 007. Who else is challenging me? Kuhschubser. I have to take this one, given that I have cows on my tea mug. And Kuh, of course, is cow in German. Yeah, good luck. He also wished me good luck. So we have a Reti opening. That's a very solid way to play for black. Most of the time now black takes on d4. Yeah, I think I'll take with the queen. I forgot this, really. I looked at this in the English course for Chess24/Chessable, but it's more than 3 years ago. Oh, this is not really all that nice for him. How do you develop now? That's going to be difficult. So probably some b6 is the idea, but I have knight b5 to d6. Yeah. Probably he should still play b6. Knight b5, maybe bishop a6, huh? Yeah, now bishop b7, I probably just take and go knight b5. Okay. I completely underestimated this move. It's not bad. Huh. Huh. I have absolutely nothing all of a sudden. I played... What did I do wrong there? Remarkable. My idea is to play quick king f2. Maybe he can even double. Yeah, he can double on the c file. Wow. I'm really a bit amazed that I absolutely got nothing here. Nothing at all. And yeah, rook c2, there might even be... Yeah, probably not a big deal. Rook c8. Yeah, I don't think rook c8 is a big problem. Okay, doesn't do it. Okay, e4, e5 maybe. Gain some space. Threatening e5. Maybe he's going to play e5 himself. No, I can take and have knight d5. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, then maybe I can try at least. Okay. Yes, I can do this, right? Going for knight d6. Yeah, it's still pretty dangerous for black. I'm also somewhat threatening to take on a7. And there's also bishop takes d5 and rook c7. All kinds of move combinations here possible. And knight d6 is a tempo. That is also a bit of an annoyance. What? Really? Okay. Isn't that really annoying? So let's do this. Knight d6. And now, yeah, I can simply take it, right? That's the easy thing to do. Yeah, I've got knight c8. Ugh. That looks wrong, let's say. Now I can play knight c8 and take this. I think I will, yeah. This is the probably a clean way to do it. After knight takes b6, I retain a good position, and black doesn't really have much. Yeah. My idea is simply to take on a8 and walk up with the king. Rook c7. What's the deal here? Looks pretty good. Yeah, and black resigns. That's not too premature, let's say. Yeah, thanks for the game, Kuhschubser. Now, Rofi is challenging me. Here we go, Rofi. Anyway, here we go. Okay, now he actually does play a move. So let's play the Sicilian. Are you all alive and well in the chat? I mean, we have lots of viewers actually, but the chat on Chess24 has not much happening. I can also activate the chat or the chat view for Twitch and YouTube. Maybe there's some more traffic there. Yeah, this line is of course featured in my Magnus course. Let's get the pawn back. No. Let's play knight b4. Yeah, I'm definitely happy about the trade of the light squared bishops. Without light squared bishops, this isolated pawn position is completely harmless. Black already is a little bit more comfortable. This is a very valid question by Miktal. If I watched the Dart World Championships, I did not watch anything this year, but simply because I don't watch any TV. Yeah, I mean, it's just not, I'm not sitting in front of the TV and then, oh, let's watch darts. I really have to make like a conscious effort to do that. And I did not do that yet this year, but I watched quite a bit in recent years, and I might yeah, watch some of the later rounds. Now we traded down to an endgame, and this is not an ending where black has much. I don't really memorize the lines. I mean, once I've written the book or the opening course on Chessable, I don't usually repeat the lines. I sometimes do if I'm preparing for a game, but I recognize that I still forget quite a bit of the things that I've analyzed. It's just it's too much. So I really have to make an effort to know them all. Interesting. It looks a little bit wrong. Yeah, somebody mentions curling. Yeah, this is also something that I sometimes watch. I think it's kind of it's a little bit similar to snooker in that regard. It's also something that often chess players are interested in. I don't. Orfano asked if I'm making a premium, more complete version of my Petrov repertoire on Chessable. What exactly is incomplete in that repertoire? I'm not quite sure I'm getting what you're saying. I think it is basically quite complete. I mean, it is a black repertoire based on Caruana's opening choices, so it is not complete in the sense of every single Petrov line available. This is interesting. Okay, let's do this. I thought that maybe I have some chances here. The knight on c6 will set up a nice blockade, and then I can try to win the c5 pawn by means of e5, king e6, possibly king d5. So I'm stopping this. Yeah, now the knight is covering the dark squares, and he's out to play a4. So I probably have to take it, huh? Yeah, you can go b4. No, it's actually not. I don't get to that pawn. It's a bit of a pain. Yeah, I wonder if I have some kind of idea here to win the pawn. No. That's too bad. I don't see any winning idea. No. I think this should be equal. I don't think he can do much with the pawn here. But Don't see an idea. Just a smallish trap, c6, knight d4 check. Now I cannot take h4. You know, I just recognized that I've got 30 seconds. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, I'm going to offer a draw. And it is taken. Probably he could have won on time. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to do anything here. Okay, who else is challenging? Let's look at the somewhat older challenges. Amadeus, maybe. Go c4. Yeah, an English opening. And now black has show. Wow, this is rare. Just attacking e5. Okay. There's a question. When I started to learn chess, what's something that I learned that really made a difference in your play or in my play? Not sure. I don't think I have a super clear answer to that. I think one particular training device that helped me a lot was to analyze my own games. This I think helped a lot, in particular because back then when I started with chess we had no computers, or very weak computers. Nobody would use them for anything to look at the games, so I had to analyze all on my own. And I think this is very, very helpful. Yeah, find out your mistakes, look for improvements, try to determine why the game ended in what result. Thanks for the game, Amadeus. Yeah, he blundered a piece and immediately resigned. Now, Neshas is challenging me. So we got a Nimzo. And what I also think is helpful to study complete games, not just some opening moves or some isolated position. Also can be helpful, of course, but I think it's important to just see the whole development, how a game like progresses through different stages, and note what kind of typical plans are employed in what middle game. There's a question: what is the one main book that I recommend for my students to study? I'm not sure that there is one book. There are a couple of books I think that are extremely helpful and generally considered to be so. I recommend for endings, I always recommend the 100 Endgames You Must Know by De La Via. This is a very good overview of basic endings, like how to draw, let's say, yeah, rook and pawn against rook, yeah, when you're pawn down, this kind of thing, or how pawn endgames work, the opposition, and so on. You will be absolutely in good shape in your endings if you go through those 100 endings. In terms of middle games, there's one book that I also always recommend. That is the book Chess Structures by Mauricio Flores Rios. It's a great middle game book. And yeah, these are some books that immediately came to my mind. But of course, there are many more. There's one question in the chat. Why am I stuck in the 1800s? Any suggestion? Yeah, every player is different, so it's impossible to say without knowing your games. There are many things that could be possible reasons, but it's pure speculation if I'm saying something without really knowing you. Now, I've regrouped my pieces to win the c4 pawn, and now finally it is dropping. I could have taken it earlier by taking on d4 and taking on c4, but I'd like the knight e8 d6 maneuver. I think it looks quite an elegant idea, and I will win the c4 pawn. I'm on it 3 times and impossible for him to defend it more. So now I can take it, yeah, with the bishop. That would also trade the bishop immediately. This is a nice sample or exemplary game how the Nimzo Indian double pawn formation works. Here the double pawn on the c-file was very weak and white was not able to generate any substantial play. And now I'm just picking up the pieces. Okay, now let's see, how do I do that? e5 to push the knight back is one possibility. There are a couple of questions now. Now people are really out there to ask me stuff, good things, but I cannot answer them all. So let's do it like one by one. First of all, let me play this move. I want to make sure that c4 doesn't happen. There's a question. Is it possible to get significantly better when you are in your late 40s and sit on 2200? That depends on your definition of significant. I think it's certainly possible. I think that almost everybody can gain, let's say, 100 points. That is almost possible for everybody. I think one exception would be the absolute world class. I mean, they invest basically maximum amount of time possible, and if they are at a certain level, they are probably not 100 points to be gained. But I think a typical, let's say, amateur player, ambitious amateur player, can always gain 100 points. I think this is almost always possible. And the reason I think, or what you can do to gain this 100 points can be very, very different from person to person. There are completely different sets of strength and weaknesses, and what could work for one person might not work for another person. So let's say if I take my own example, I think I could also probably gain 100 points. I don't think it's completely impossible, but I need to do a lot. I would need to do a lot. And if you always have worked on chess and you have 2200, then probably you also would need to do a lot. If you have 2200 without any serious training regime, there's maybe more possible, and you don't need to do as much as I would need to do, because my time investment in chess is probably not, you cannot measure that. It's so much that yeah, it's hard to probably hard to imagine. So I would need to do really extreme stuff to get 100 points, but possible. In some cases, the changes would not be purely chess. Like, yeah, you take care of your sleeping patterns, for example, your nutrition, do physical exercise, and so on. Yeah, these kind of things can be very effective. I mean, I would probably gain 50. Let's say if I lose 50 pounds, I would probably gain 50 rating. That is, I think, something that I would definitely expect to happen. Okay, so there are so many messages there. Which opening is the best? What's my favorite opening? Ooh, that's difficult. I don't think you can say what opening is best. I think it's always good to have a repertoire that is somewhat versatile. There should be some tricky lines in there, but also some solid lines. I would never play something that doesn't work against best play. But you also have to ask yourself, what kind of player are you? Yeah, do you want something more, let's say, aggressive, more tactical, or do you rather want to have something that is more the equivalent of a, let's say, a rally in tennis, yeah, where you're there at the, what is that called, the baseline, yeah, and then you play, yeah, like Nadal, try to let's outlast your opponent, yeah, and trying to whatever, yeah, play long, yeah, play for those long rallies. Now, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, interesting. So someone is losing my English repertoire, but start with 1 G3 and then C4. That is possible. There's basically no drawback to 1 G3 if you play the English with G3. And that's a good idea. You can do that. I've done the same. That is true. Yeah? I mean, Axti asks, everybody wants to get better. What about staying on a certain level? This is also an interesting question and something that is very relevant because we all battle or we all fight a battle that we ultimately cannot win, at least not for the moment. The battle against time. I think something similar is also what Kasparov said. And we are all just automatically get worse simply because we get older. And just staying on a certain level at some point becomes not so easy at all. So don't forget that sometimes staying on your level is an achievement as well, because we all fight a downhill trend. Okay, while I was chatting away happily, I didn't really do it all that well. Thomas Nordbeck says, what a cheery outlook. Yeah, it's just what it is. We all get worse. Oops. We all get worse automatically. Magnus keeps improving. Yes, you could argue that he maybe is even getting a little bit better, but it's not something significant, let's say. It's not like he's all of a sudden pushing his rating above 3,000 or something like that. That's not happening. And he has to really do, I think, little things. And it's a lot about getting the right kind of positions out of the opening in many cases. No, not really. There's a question about I'm winning a piece now. There's D7 hanging. Yeah, I think that also it's fairly normal that that if Magnus plays somebody like a Pepe Cuenca, that he wins 8.5 against 0.5. It's a little bit on the high side. I was probably expecting something like Pepe getting 1 or maybe 1.5 or so, but this is kind of normal. It's just what it is. You have to see that the difference is, it just, I mean, if you just take a purely mathematical approach, the difference between Pepe and Magnus is roughly 350 to 400 points. I'm not quite sure what Pepe's rating is, but something like that. And this is a difference. If I'm playing a 2000 in Blitz, he's also not getting any point. I mean, I'm winning also 8.5 against 0.5 or something like that. And usually easily. I can usually spot people in over the board Blitz 5 against 2 minutes and win against 2000s easily. And I don't know, it's pretty normal. I think it's a pretty normal result for this rating difference. I mean if you are, let's say, 1800 and you're not beating a 1400 with a similar margin, then something is a bit off, because when it gets to like 400 points you should score 90%. It's pretty normal. Okay, now Huba Buba PL. I have to really read that correctly. Complicated name. Of course, you sometimes have people who are very good in blitz chess. Yeah, and in these cases, it's sometimes a bit difficult to see the to just see the rating as a figure and say, okay, this is 400 points. There are many examples that probably people know. Let's say in Germany, for example, we had a very famous blitz specialist who died in early August, Karl-Heinz Porziani. Potts Blitz, one of the best blitz players in Germany, and he never had a higher rating of 2500 in classical chess, but he won like 8 or 9, I'm not sure, German blitz championships ahead of everybody. Yeah, and he's one of the players who I never even scored a draw against. Never a single draw. I didn't play that much, maybe like 3 or 4 games when I was a kid mostly. But still, it was remarkable how much stronger he was in blitz than in classical. No, I don't think we need a super grandmaster title. I don't think, I mean, the titles are interesting for sure, but for the really, really super strong guys, it's all about rating, and it wouldn't really matter all that much if there's an additional title. So I don't think there's any need to do something there in particular. Interesting. That's a weird question. There's a question. The paperback of Keep It Simple is published in February, and no, there are no different versions. There is no paperback, hardcover, something. There's just one version, and I think there should be no price difference. It's possible that certain mail order businesses give a discount. This is possible, but there are no 2 versions. It just, the base price is $29.99, and I think there are places where you can get it for €2 cheaper, but that is their decision, and nothing that it doesn't reflect 2 different products. It's just one book. It's always the book that is behind me, the green one. And this is also what you can win. As I earlier mentioned, I'm currently giving away roughly 15 books. So if you want to get one of those, join the join the giveaway competition. It's possible that the Kindle is cheaper. I don't know. Don't look at this all that much because it's not so relevant for me actually. Yeah, some questions you never know if they are completely serious, but do you think if I would be better or worse in chess if I had hair? He's losing his hair at an early age. Don't worry. I don't think it matters. Probably no hair is easier because you save time. How to join the giveaway? Yeah, there's a page where you have to give your email address. Just go to my YouTube channel. It's easy to find, Chess Explained. And then there is a video that I published yesterday, and then just enter. Yeah, come on. Somebody says, I call that lying. I don't know. Yeah, so in this game, I mean, I'm chatting a lot here, but it's a very active. It's very active here, the chat. So I'm happy to participate and not talk so much about the games. It's a bit difficult to do both. Yeah, queen d4 here is mostly stopping queen d1. Yeah, Huber Buber did a good job there, defending this somewhat worse position out of the opening. Let's push the pawns. Yeah, thanks for the game, Huber Buber PL. What's my plan for Christmas? Play more Blitz? I don't know. Yeah, one thing that I definitely will do is, first of all, I'll take Schelling Fort's Challenge. One thing that I will do is I will watch the Rapid and Blitz World Championships. This is one of my most favorite tournaments to watch. And I'm looking forward to that. That's really going to be great. Oh, Schelling is playing the Alapin. What's going on here? Always make a bit fun about this opening. It's not bad. It's just somewhat unambitious. Oh, cool. Huber Buber PR says it was his first Banter Blitz game ever. Why do you go bishop g5 here? Interesting. Yeah, there was a game where Magnus played f6. Yeah, Magnus, I know, in the picture here, he always looks like, oh, I'm going to punish you for what you just did, buddy. Yeah, something like that, I know. But, yeah, I think it's a well-chosen picture for the course. Because when you play the Sveshnikov like he does, it often feels like severe punishment, yeah, for the opponent. Okay, now he's trying to... I can go a6, but it's a little bit... Yeah, let's do it. Come on, that's the easy way to do it. Yeah, thanks for entering the giveaway. Of course, it doesn't hurt if you sub to my channel. Somebody said in the chat that Tony Miles never had a higher rating than 2,600. I think this is wrong. I mean, I know it sounds a bit like a show-off, but I have, for those things, I have a really good memory, and I think Tony Miles' highest rating was 2,635. You can look that up. I think it's correct. Okay, maybe 2,650, but I think 2,635 is what it is. You can check it. I don't know. I think it's right. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Is he going a5? I'm going to regroup that. 2,635 is right. Okay. Yeah, so my memory is quite good, yeah. Yeah, at the time, 2,635 would be like world number, maybe 30, 50, something like that. Wow. Schelling with his tactics. No, not really. Our difference here is 200 something. So Schelling should beat me most of the time. But I would argue that my rating is somewhat deflated because of the banter. I'm not sure. I think, I mean, if you take normal rating, like blitz rating or over the board rating, we are fairly close. And I think this reflects the strength a little bit more accurately. Nicely played, I think, by him here. Somehow he won a pawn out of this position. Knight d6. Pretty awkward. The question about Luke McShane, don't know. You say what my opinion is. Not sure if you can have an opinion about him, but I can tell you a Luke McShane story, an easy one. In 1992, I maybe told that story before, but I have to do it again. In 1992, the World Youth Championships was held in Duisburg, Germany, which is the place where I lived for more than 20 years. And at the time, I was 18 years old, and I wasn't really such a strong player at the time. My rating was maybe roughly 2,000, something like that. And I did not qualify for that event. They gave lots of extra places to players, but I didn't get any. So what I ultimately did, I volunteered to help in that event. And ultimately, I got into the group who that produced the, at the time, what they call it like bulletin, So I basically had to enter all the games in ChessBase. And there was really lots of work. And what we did is we basically we had a couple of people, and everybody was kind of assigned to certain age groups, and that made sense because if you enter games, you should know the handwriting and so on. Yeah. And what I did is I usually did the under 10 segment, and the under 10 segment in that year was won by Luke McShane. He got the world championship title under 10. Second place was Alexander Grishuk, and third place Etienne Bacrot. So this is really funny. I mean, I think maybe second or third was the other way around. I'm not completely sure that I remember this correctly. So it was really fun, and nowadays interesting to see that those people really made a huge career, and yeah, in different ways, of course. Grishuk is a full-time professional player, and a very, I think, popular one due to his yeah, also funny and entertaining interviews and so on. And I think McShane is yeah, more of an, let's say, amateur player. Yeah? Mostly he's working in London, I think, for Goldman Sachs, if it's not wrong. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, this is a roughly equal ending. I'm going to offer him a draw. He can try to win this on time, but yeah, okay. This is common way how I'm losing against him. I'm just not quick enough. Okay, a draw at the end, which is fair, I guess. Whew. So now let's see what's going on here. Yeah, thanks for the game shelling. I was kind of tense. Now, next game is also not easy. Playing Sea Eagle. I know this person, so it's not, doesn't have any information in there, but I know he's a good opponent. I'm going to play something else. That makes no sense what I'm just doing now. Okay, we'll see what happens. The thing, what is funny is that, I mean, it doesn't hurt to tell you, this is a student of mine, Sea Eagle, and I just a week ago I showed him this setup for black against this line as a good one. So he's playing it. Good job. Yeah, but of course I have nothing prepared there. It just makes completely no sense what I'm doing here. Playing a line that I showed my student against him. That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay. This one. It's probably not a good move. To get the bishop to c6. Okay, yeah, I thought it might make sense to provoke this. Okay. I should have played g4 actually. Now let's do it. Yeah, this I'm trading. Okay, there's a mention of the tournament in Sitges in Spain. Yeah, I heard that this is a good tournament, and it made a good impression when you watched the broadcast and everything. An interesting question here for Black. What is he going to do? Getting the knight to c6. To take. Yeah, you don't know if Luke McShane would have been a fully professional player, if how strong he could have been. This is always difficult to say. But being a very strong player with chess, basically as a hobby, it's not a bad thing. I mean, I don't know about his job there. I mean, I've worked in banking for quite a while, and it has its upsides and its downsides. Let's put it like that. I mean, I didn't really do banking, but I worked in a bank, so at a bank, so I've got some idea what's going on there. Okay, yeah, not really much that I can do here. I wonder if I'm worse here or if it's equal. I'm not sure. I'm just increasing the stability of the position by going knight g3. Yeah, I already said earlier, I don't really think that there's something wrong about giving that wild card to this Russian player. They pay for the event, they have the right to give somebody this wild card, and I think it's completely fine to give it to somebody who actually was close in one of the events. So I think it's fine that they gave it to Alexeyenko. Is this right? Yeah. I think this is a fine. Why not? And it's clear that it should be a Russian because they do the event. So, and it's not like it's some kind of a joke participation. Yeah, it's not like, I don't know, they would have the #1 player of I don't know, something funkier like Mongolia or something. He offered me a draw, which is fair, of course. I never got anywhere in this game, and I'm definitely not better, but I just want to play the game out. I'm actually, I think, rather a little bit worse than anything else. Yeah, this is a problem. There's an outside passer possible, and then the bishop is stronger than the knight. So yeah, this is somebody in chat, right, that the manager of MVL has proposed a match against Alexeyenko to decide the way. This is completely, sorry, this is a completely ridiculous idea. It just makes no sense at all. I mean, why would anybody accept this kind of match is the first thing. And the second is, why exactly MVL? I mean, you can easily say, why not Aronian? Why not whatever? You can pick any person. There are many possible persons who could then say, oh, I want a match as well. Yeah, I would also play a match against Alexeyenko. They give me money, I'll play that match. easily. Yeah. So he's just completely killing me here in this game. I obviously should have taken the draw, but I didn't want to. Yeah, he's just winning now with many moves. This is one of them. The only very, very, yeah, not really. Yeah, I just wanted to play this out, and it was a bad idea. At the time when he offered me a draw, I was already worse, quite substantially. He can simply take it. The only like minimum hope here is to somehow get rid of the pawns. Yeah. Yeah, I should have just taken the bloody draw. I did not want to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, congrats. Well played. I mean, he just did a good job there. I should probably make the draw. The whole game I was rather a little bit worse, but it's what it is. All right. Now, who else is on? Not a premium. Let's play Amigo Alex. Let's play another Sicilian and see what Alex is up to. I have to watch the time. Time flies. Only 12 minutes left in this English show, and then we're going to have the Geschwätzblitz, the German one. F3. That's rare at this point. No, that was a different line. I was just trying to remember something, but it was a different line. There's something with bishop b5 first, where you have to be aware of the knight, yeah, to get the right knight move played. Not the case here. Retire with the knight. That sounds odd. You mean retreat? To retire with the knight, I don't know what that... We all like to retire. Healthy and wealthy, but the knight not yet. Bishop a6 was a little trick. I get this traded now. Oh, he wants to get the king to e3. Wait, yeah. Okay, I'm going to do something a little bit more funky here. I want to get at the king. The king is just running all over the place. So I'm going to open the position here. To look at the g-file. There's a question. Balali, who learned the Caro-Kann with Lars Schandorf's book, And he asks if he can continue with the Semi-Slavis back. I mean, you can do anything that you like. These books are generally considered to be quite good. I'm not sure about how much up to date those books are. That's a little bit that's maybe a consideration. They are a couple of years old, and in particular in the Karo, I don't know, in the Semi-Slav is also theoretically very dynamic opening, so it might be that there are news in there, new lines, new ideas that the books don't have. It's not so easy to say. I have a couple of books by Schandorf, and I always have to... He's one of the players I think that I would probably disagree with a lot if we analyze chess, because I dislike many of his opening choices. Not for quality, but just for taste reasons. Sometimes I think that, okay, he can do that, whatever he wants, he can play this and that line, but I would never play it. And this is just a matter of what you like, what you think. And not so much about objective quality. Amigo Alex here is doing a good job of defending this position. F5 is taking E4 under control. Now, how do we make any headway here? Don't see it. Don't see it. There's a question. Who taught me chess? Nobody really. I'm completely self-taught. I had never had a teacher or coach, something like that. But what is super helpful is to have friends, teammates, clubmates that can help you with your chess. This is something that definitely helped me. I always looked at games, positions with friends of mine, clubmates, teammates, and this was very helpful. No, I did not read all the books behind me. I wrote some of them, but I've definitely, the ones that have me on the cover were written by me, but the ones that are not written by me, I have not read all of them. This is not nice. He's defending really, really well. Yeah. Good job here by Amigo Alex. Queen d6 check. Don't like my position all that much. Yeah, he can easily cover the knight, and the knight is keeping his king quite secure. Don't like my position. E6 is hanging. This is particularly problematic. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, this position. Huh. Not playing well here. Absolutely not. He should just take e6. I can take on c3, but I'm not threatening much once I've taken there. And he is quickly making a queen move, playing e6, and then I'm probably killed. Yeah. If he doesn't do that, I might go queen b6 and consolidate. Yeah, this is the right move. Now, just a moment there. Yeah, I don't have anything better. Let's take it. Yeah, this is a good move. And now I don't really know what to do, honestly. It just does not look good. He's very slow though. That might be a flaggable thing. E6, knight f6. This is not so bad. Yeah, I'm winning this on time. Okay. Queen d8 is this idea. Yeah, I'm winning on time. Yeah, thanks for the game, Amigo Alex. That was not something to be proud of, really, on my end. Okay, now I can play one bullet game. If somebody's out there for a bullet challenge, I can play a bullet game to finish the English language show. Okay, here we go. Krumnik student. Here we go, bullet chess. Question by Hashan Kutlu. If I've got any new projects, of course I do. I'm currently writing Keep It Simple 1c4. Yeah. Hollywood loves sequels and chess also does. So c4 is next, and we even have already a date scheduled for that. That will be released early April. Now I'm attacking on f6 and the bishop on c5. Yeah, I can take the bishop, but he didn't really have a good reply. I'm behind on the clock, amazingly. Yeah, thanks for the game, Krumnik student. Right. Okay, an 8-book sequence ending with 1h4. It would be funny, right? No, I think this will be the final one for white. Yeah, thanks for the game, Krumnik student. Now let's finish this one. This is the end of the English language stream. I'll be back next Monday, and of course the German show is coming right in a minute, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, but not more than that. Thanks a lot for watching, and again, I'll be back next week for English and German in like 2 minutes. Thanks for watching. Bye bye, guys.